Whoops, where are we at? Boom, there. How's everyone? How we doing? I'm feeling good tonight. Got some rest last night. I was planning to do this and I had everything lined up and I went and laid out and it was lights out. The body needed some rest. So I let it listen and I let it rest. What's up, Jessica? Rad show tonight. Boom. We got Jessica Jones in the house. What is poppin'? It was a super show with Eric, Media Palace. Uh Check that out if you miss it. Pop those links in, folks. Let's get a link in for that show tonight. It was amazing. I shared that out. Got in a little late. It got cray cray at the shop. I did a little live at the shop, and then I showed my little setup because I was like ready to go and use this stuff over at the shop. And it got so busy that I didn't get a chance to. I was like, every moment I was getting ready to go live, something would pop up, and but it's all good. That's part of the job. Right on. Here we go. We got some links popping up here. And tonight, I don't know, last night, the past few nights, I've been just kind of thinking of everything going on, and I appreciate everyone's messages and well wishes and all that. And I've been sending that out to everywhere it's needed as well. So I've been transferring all that and right back at y'all. Um, yeah, it's just been a wild end of the year, a wild beginning of the year. It was a wild year period, you know. This whole life has been wild. How about yours? And so you know, my mind. So what we're doing here is we're just kind of like sharing some of BD's thoughts, and don't trip, y'all. You know, I'm still BD Brown Dwarf, aka Bigfoot Dwarf, aka many other things. And yep, and it's gonna get much more wild. And then while we're still thinking about all this stuff right now, there's a lot going through my mind, and one of the things that pop out first is our brother Latchkey Hustle John. Um, yeah, man, prayers and thoughts going out to you, your family. Um, Hopefully someone could pull up his channel and his recent post. Yeah, there we go, Blazer. Thank you, brother. Um, he just posted a video on his channel and it was very heartbreaking and powerful. My mom said it even powerful. Those are her words. And and yeah, so they were really affected uh by the fire. His family is out in the Altadena area, and yeah, that's one of the areas that got hit hard. And it's a trip because I've been talking about it lately since I've been back in SoCal. Is this attraction to Pasadena? Because I remember there's a bunch of things out in Pasadena that I heard about back in the day, and I remember visiting Pasadena. You know, growing up out here, Hollywood. Yeah, you know, Pasadena was always there. And then yeah, just hearing a lot of like paranormal stuff out of Pasadena. And I always wanted to visit these places. And so BD's back in SoCal now, and you know, those places always had been in mind. And I began visiting a lot of these places in the Pasadena area, and also the foothill areas of the San Gabriel Mountains, Angeles National Forest. You know, the woods always call me. And then being back here in the big city, I was like, man, just away from the woods. And for those of you that don't know, is I used to live in the woods, so for a long time. And yeah, coming back to the city, it was a big change. and so I needed my woods and the closest woods. You forget being in the big city that we have a lot of nature out here as well. And especially, when people think SoCal, you think, yeah, desert. And of course, yeah, beach, right? But yeah, we have mountains, we have desert, we have beaches, a lot of beautiful places out here that people forget. And yeah, people diss LA and Southern California. Yeah, there's a lot of people, a lot of crime, a lot of strange stuff that happens out here. But yeah, no, the history and it's just it's a cool place. And if you ever get a chance, come visit. Um, but California, period. There's so many. It's such a big state, so much going on, and I love all of it. A lot of us, I mentioned we like to, and it's just I think it's a human thing. I see it everywhere, but we like to segregate ourselves and separate ourselves by many things. It could be neighborhoods, could be counties, could be you know you could go on and on. But anyway, at the same time, there's a lot of things that bring us together as well, and just so much diversity out here. It's just yeah, it's a special place for sure. uh and so yeah, one of the things out here, so I got to check out a lot of Pasadena stuff, and of course, being older now, because hearing a lot of that stuff as a youth, I only had so much knowledge of a lot of this paranormal topic and stuff. But now that I have more knowledge, uh, a lot of things, a lot of the puzzle pieces are coming together for me. And yeah, so I definitely feel attracted to that area for some reason. We've done a lot of videos out there since we've been back. Suicide Bridge. We just showed the other night the abandoned hospital. Um, what's another one? The NASA JPL we talked about briefly, and we'll get into a little more of that tonight. What else is out there? Gravity Hills. We went up to Gravity Hills, did a video there, and Gravity Hills is they have these all over the place. But I thought Pasadena was the only one at the time. I didn't know when I was younger that there was a bunch of other places that have this. You could call it phenomenon. And here goes the. Can y'all hear the ghetto bird? Ghetto bird, ghetto bird. Um, yeah, let's see. Where was I? Pasadena. And then yeah, so then also you have the mountains right there along with Pasadena. So you have the national forest, San Gabriel Mountains, which hold a lot of mysteries. Also, if you dig, you could go online and dig and find a lot of trippy stuff about the Angeles Forest that goes way back. And yeah, there's been some mysteries having to do with young people. Um, there's been sightings of Sasquatches, and recently we got that thermal footage where we went to a Bigfoot report site, and it was from '95. And this is recent. I'm sure most of you are familiar with what we're talking about here, but just for those that don't know, yeah, we went up to this location about a month or so ago and checked it out and came back with some weird footage. And you could check that out on the channel here. And it's also in the intro. So in the intro, that's a bunch of little clips from some of my videos. And we slid that little cut in there. What up, Reezy? Let's see. Sorry, I'm not paying attention to chat here. I'll be tapping in here and there. But if there is anything that you need me to really pay attention to, try to let me know by capital letters. No cap. We talked about the no cap, right? Let's see. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's direct, man. So it was like, we're all that there. Latchkey and I have been new friends, and that's been through Dr. Robert Shipe or Sheep, depends on how you want to pronounce it. And salute to him. Hope he's doing well. He's out in the uh, Marina del Rey area, so that's right on the coast. And the Palisades fire is just right a little north of where he is. So hopefully he's doing well. But Dr. Robert, the doc, specializes in these what we call fast movers, these dragon UFOs. He calls them because he thought they were dragon flies back in the day. Yeah, dragonfly. You hear that? Um, and so no, he really feels that these things are a type of UFO, and I'm there with him, and so is Latchkey. He captures a lot of that type of stuff along with other anomalies. But the doc focuses, he zeroes in on the dragon, the fast movers. He does pay attention to some of the orb and other anomalies, but that is his specialty. So check him out also, and put his he goes by Custodian Files on YouTube. Custodian Files. Um, let's see who got the hot link for that. What's up, T Bone? I see you. I seen all of you in your comments and everything. Let's see. Denise is not here, but I seen her message earlier. Hopefully, she got a notification. And yeah, speaking of notifications, you think man, I got an itchy leg here. You would think that a lot more because my channel says 10 plus. Oh, I think we're almost gonna on our way to 11K subs. You would think that's a lot more of those people would be notified. I wonder if they're notified. And I appreciate all you being here, but I would think that at least a lot more people would be in this chat. TikTok's been live. I don't know if you've gone live over there, Jessica, but man, I'm sure your TikTok would be raging because your YouTube is off the hook right now. Keep up the good work, and yeah, keep it going. Let's see what else. Pasadena, Angeles Forest. Yeah, I always feel this attraction and this vibe, this mystique there. And when I found out recently, one thing was that, and I always knew about Old Town Pasadena, and yeah, now that I'm into the old world Tartaria topic, is just actually lunch break. My lunch break did a video on Pasadena, and it just blew me away. I was like, wow, this is amazing. And hopefully he does a part. I think he might be maybe one day do a part two. I told him to come back to Cali. He's like, word. And speaking of lunch break, there was an interesting thing. So before these fires started, I could swear that I did a live stream the night before, and if it wasn't the night before, it was the night before that. But we got into fires up north. Some fires I had gone into. It was the Red Salmon Complex fire, and that one got near Willow Creek. And then, actually, speaking of fires up north, there's been a bunch. Recently, we talked. Alex Petakov's latest small town. Well, I think he might have dropped another one because he's always dropping uh documentaries like they're hot, and they are hot. Um, but one of the last ones is the second part to the trip that we went to in July. So he did a one documentary, and then I guess it's not a second part, but it's a whole separate series. It's what I want to say. And he dropped a documentary on that, and it's about the Lost Bigfoot Highway. And check it out if you haven't. But yeah, and that one on that trip, there was fires going on and we checked this area where you could see. I think that was it the top of the world they call it. It's an area where you have just an amazing view, and we were uh, just having this amazing moment up there, and you could see the fires that were happening a little bit south from there. I mean, they were far away, but yeah, the sun got all red and orangey and fiery like it's been here and how it gets during fires, and that's always, creepy, and there's some footage on the documentary about that. But yeah, that was something we had in mind, and we also talked about how, the Patterson site had almost gotten burned previously, and, yeah, just fires are always an issue up there, and it was a trip that for me, that I talked about the fires, I think, and like I said, it was, like, right the night before, so it was almost like the subconscious had some sort of clue or something, I don't know, I don't do predictions, but what's up, Richard? Hillbilly. And so, I don't know if anyone was there that night, but then, yeah, it seemed like the following day or so, we had all this going down, and, yeah, just weird stuff. Another thing was, lunch break also had a premiere because 'cause he's been dropping premieres like they're hot, and they are too. Yeah. Uh, he had premiered a video, and I could swear it was the night before. Cassie, what up? Welcome, welcome. Hope you're well. We are okay down here for now. And so lunch break dropped something that was hot, literally hot. Watch, because you're gonna check out the title in a second. Let's pull this up. Let's see. Yeah, let's start pulling stuff up here. We got quite a bit to show tonight. Let's see. Boom. All right. My lunch break. I'm not sure. I don't know. Can you all see my arrow? I'm not sure. But if not, you can't see my arrow here. Um, you could see the third video. Check out the title of that third video there. The fire games. Boom. Fuego. I was like, whoa. And yes, I was there for the premiere. I really don't catch a lot of you there. You guys maybe watch after. You guys check out my lunch break. Someone should post his channel on here. If you're not familiar with lunch break, you should check him out on your lunch break. So yeah, the fire games, very interesting, and then it's a anomaly in this topic of the old world Tartaria, and Tartaria, I feel like is just it. There's a whole thing that is behind it, what it means and everything. But I like to use it just as uh, a phrase to refer to the old world. It gets really complicated. I don't think it. Trust me, it gets weird. So, and it's not all Tartaria, I think, but it's just something to describe the old world topic. At least for me, it is for now. But I don't mind calling it Tartaria too. Like if someone says Tartaria, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I bet you could, because you have the munchies. You're probably hotboxing chat right now, Hillbilly Herb, which is all good. Y'all catch the vapors. So yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting too, and that was some maybe I'm gonna have to do the homework and do the little timeline on this, which should be easy. It was just a few days ago, but I thought that was very interesting that dropped right before all this. Yeah, man, light it up. And so yeah, just wanted to put that out there. Check that out if you get a chance. It'll give you maybe some insight onto what may be going on here now. I definitely thought it was of significance. And another channel that I've been checking out also, that if you guys haven't checked, the homie Donut gets into it pretty deep too, you guys. So, and he had an interesting, we're going to show a thumbnail from his recent posts as well. And let's see here. Good stop sharing. And then we'll go here. Where you at, Donut? Right there. All right, Donut Factory. And so we'll just look at the first thumbnail there. And as you can see, there's what's up, Jessica S? Welcome, welcome. Hadley, what up? So check that out. House burning. And then you got this what looks like some soda cans of some sort. And if you look in, don't forget you could zoom, folks. Do you guys use your Zoom? Don't forget you could zoom on YouTube. Use it. So check that out. It's Mountain Dew slash Flaming Hot. So is that like some, is that for real? Is that a new drink that's out? I don't know. So check out Donut if you want to know more. But yeah, the next thumbnail, the next video, you can see a bridge burning there. It looks like the Golden Gate. And yeah, yeah. And Donut goes deep, y'all. So, you know, peep it out. You know, it might give you a little, some clues, some insight, some info. All right. So with that, let's see where we're going next. I have no we're just kind of freestyling here off the top. Uh Dragon egg drones in California. Did you hear that there, and William mentioned it last night on his live, the code word for the drones. And it's funny because my sister told me this. You know, my sisters uh could be fashionistas. Yeah, no, they love clothing and stuff like that. So when they heard that they were calling them Dior bags, they thought it was pretty funny. Anyone's heard about the Dior bags? Dior bags, anyone? No? Yes? Maybe. And what's another term that came up that was pretty funny like that they're using to describe some of the things here? So yeah, they're using code word Dior bags for the drones. So I guess I don't know if is YouTube censoring the word drone? I don't know. They might be over on TikTok and door bags. Magnetic is, yes. Yeah, no, check that out, lovey love. No Prada. You know who wears Prada? Ay ay ay. Sharing greetings. So yeah, one thing that came to mind when I heard that Palisades was on fire. Is that Malibu's nearby? And I was like, "Oh, Malibu, yeah, well." And I've always known, Palisades is Palisades. Never really partied out there. That's a whole other class. Um, but I've hung out, got been to Malibu before, and we had recently went, my brother and I, because yeah, I was informed about the possibility of some sort of ET base being off the coast of Malibu. Are y'all up on game on that? Ever heard of anything like that? And that you could see it from Google Maps. Oh, yeah. Magnetic is brutal. But we will be, keep in mind we have people affected close to us, so let's keep that in mind. It's a sensitive topic right now, and we will get into some pretty weird stuff. I'm not trying to connect any dots or anything. It's just some things that popped into the old noggin here while listening and experiencing what I am. And so, yeah, Malibu. Let's see here. Try to pull something up right quick. Oh, what are they dropping up there? They were playing, I think, what is it, Jenga last night and had music going, karaoke. Geez, karaoke. And it was cool because I feel like the youth need kind of something to get their minds off of what's going on too. It's good to keep them informed as well, but Here we go. Muted. Jeez. Oh man, I had to happen, right? And I had muted it because there was some noise going on upstairs while I was trying to pull that map up. But here, let's go back to the map really quick. Dang it. Let's see where we at. We get one of those. Share screen. Let's go back to that. Boom. Map. Share. All right. I was saying that down here, you'll notice the Palisades fire, that red blotch right there, right on the coast. And off to the left of that, kind of like, can't really see, but is where Malibu is. So it's very much, excuse me, very much near the Palisades. And another spot, you see this highway that kind of splits through the fire area there. If I'm not mistaken, that's Topanga Canyon. Yeah, I'm in mom's. No, I'm actually in my sister's basement in the kids' gaming room. And no, the kids got there's a bachelor pad under my sister's house. And this is where I've been staying. I actually haven't been home for several years. And that's another thing. I've been like, yeah, couch surfing. I was staying in my brother's garage for a while. And now I upgraded here. So I'm in the kids' gaming room. They got a huge screen TV that I should be using. Maybe I'll be hooking that up here soon. But yeah, not mom's basement. If I was, I'd let you know. Anyway, so I was mentioning there's off the coast of Malibu, or in the Malibu area, there's been talks of a possible or supposed ET base. So I don't know if anyone's familiar with that or has heard of that. And it was Dr. Robert Shape, custodian files, who were discussing earlier. He mentioned that you can no longer look at that anomaly off the coast on Google Maps. So I don't know if that's true. I haven't tried looking on Google Maps, but what up, Sal? But yeah, I did find something here, so I did want to pull that up, and I will in a second. But off to the right of the Palisades fire here, you'll notice that other big red blotch. That's the Eaton fire. That's the one that's, up in the mountains. And we will check that out in a second. So it kind of gives you, there's a couple other fires that are marked with little flames around that you'll see there. So Topanga Canyon, Malibu, and then you have Palisades. And then don't keep in mind, right off of the coast here, you also have Catalina, which has also been talked about a whole lot. UFO activity, USOs, giants back in the day. So a lot going on there. There's some old world structures. The casino out in Catalina Island, to me, is an old world structure. Has been brought up in the topic. So keep Catalina in mind. And then once again, the Eaton fire, that's where NASA, JPL, and the Eaton fire has bounced over. It's made its way over to Mount Wilson, which we were discussing briefly earlier today. And that's another area where we've done, videos. We've gone up, checked out the observatory. So there's an observatory there, a small museum. And then you have the radio communication towers up there, which there was actually an operator inside of there's a facility there where the towers are at. And the flames got up to the facility. Like I seen video earlier, and it didn't affect anything. The guy survived. So it got really close to it. So I could imagine if those towers were affected, that, the news probably wouldn't be able to broadcast. Maybe we'd have trouble with certain communications and stuff. So, which is a very alarming. And Star Fox, what up? Post post your post your channel, bro, and the link. We recently, Star Fox and I did a interview recently, and that dropped not too long ago. So feel free to post that out, and any other links you guys please share out, and anything having to do with what we're talking about as well. If you guys have any links to anything, post them up. And so yeah, so we got these two major fires there, along with a bunch of other fires that have been popping up still. I don't have any current information. I just heard that we are still in red flag warnings the rest of this week till about Wednesday. So they say winds are going to be happening in certain areas too. So to be prepared, and so we're not out of it yet. Um. So yeah, ET base off of Malibu Coast. I don't know. Let's take a look at. Right. Remember to unmute myself there. I muted and remembered. Practice, y'all, practice. So here we got an article, and it's I guess it's the Los Angeles Almanac here since 1998. Underwater alien base off Malibu. Anyone ever checked that out or looked into this? Sounds like they got the karaoke mics going upstairs here too. And for those of you popping in, there is live bands playing outside. Seems like there's several parties going on out there. Boom, Sal. Got some links for the Giants off Catalina there. And the Giants were on the mainland as well, so don't forget about that. So yeah, underwater alien base off Malibu. So, having learned about this, um, got me excited. I was like, "What? No way!" And yeah, I dug around a bit, and I feel there's something to it. There's definitely something going on, and I guess the anomaly is in this picture here. There's some sort of something. I mean, it looks. I mean, I don't know what off the coast is supposed to look like, but it looks like there's something there. And yeah, so what else we got here? Give me 1 second. I got something else to show. Let's see what else we have from that particular area. All right. So right in that area, you have Malibu, Palisades, and then Topanga Canyon, which is another well-known area for strange activity in the skies. Now, I haven't looked into any other anomalies, but UFOs seems to be the thing. And let's see. Here we got a list. So I was just like, Topanga Canyon, because I've heard from several people that, yeah, even up in the canyon, there's strange sightings. And then not far, you have Malibu. And of course, there's a bunch of UFO books, and a lot of them are written by, or most of them are written by Preston Dennett, who's a interesting character. Wonder if he's an ET. He's done a lot of research on this topic out here in LA, SoCal. And we talked about him the other night. He was on SOR, and yeah, I don't know that his partner was kind of, she was having a steamy night. He seemed fired up, and but yeah, I don't know. I haven't read any of his books, but I just know that there's a thing to Topanga Canyon, and it's just something about the coast. I think everywhere, yeah, it's something. You got the water thing, and that's coming up a lot. So Topanga Canyon. So we went to go check out Malibu. Having heard of all this, I told bro to let's go do a sky watching night at Malibu and see what happens. Let's take a look. So uh here's a few clips, a few video clips we're gonna share here. And we were noticing as soon as we pulled up to Malibu, we parked right on PCH. And as soon as we got off, it wasn't long that we started noticing certain little objects that didn't seem like your typical airplane or any fishing vessels or anything like that. They were very much orange orb-like objects. And this, once again, was immediate. As soon as we got there, it was just popping off. I'm not sure if I have these. Try to put them in order, but let's see here. Of course, camera. Ooh, that blinked off a little bit. Camera's not. I'm using my cell phone, so not the greatest footage, but gives you an idea.
Gone? Shit disappeared. Yep. Disappeared. You guys see that? We're just heading out too. Pretty good night here. Malibu got several other captures we'll be sharing. We're gonna head on out. I'm sure if we stayed here it'd be a lot more action, but we'll be coming back to the spot.
That's obviously the last.
Is there really an alien base off of Malibu coast?
There's another clip. All right, that's an airplane going by there. But then another one of these similar objects, they just kept popping up, and they would seem to come from like the water.
You think it did? Still kind of blinking, huh? Gone, huh? Wow. That was kind of back to back too. We had one right. Yep, one right before that. And it's kind of, I had a feeling that with the conversation you and I were just having, that I don't know if the energy was gonna pick up for some reason, and then we start having this happening, bro. Something to take note of. I'm glad we're able to bring you guys something tonight. I had a feeling, I just, someone was like, go hit Malibu. Told my brother about it, and he was like, you know what? Let's go. Perfect.
Yeah, could be T-Bone.
All right.
Now with the whole drone situation, right? Let's see. I think we got a couple more clips.
We're at Malibu.
And I think like, yeah, drone. You gotta point the finger at the drone.
Brother just spotted this one. We just pulled up and seen. There it goes. It's gone.
And yeah, so they would, pop up for a bit and seem to
It was like almost bright,
Disappeared.
like a star up here. He didn't get to see. I was pointing it at him, and I was trying to get my camera going, and it just got all bright, 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 and then it just faded out, and it was gone. But yeah, got that one there. Let's go live.
That one's probably a little more to see. Yeah, up in here.
Possible satellite. There's an airplane going by there. Oh man, gone. Saw that? Oh man, gone. Saw that? Quick, we seen it for a second. My brother and I spotted it, and it was on for a little while. It looked like a star. Got the camera out, and boom, you guys caught the last few seconds of that. So there you go. Keep the camera rolling, just in case. Good eye, bro. Just did a little live stream earlier.
Could be the your bag.
Bro and I having a bromantic moment here.
That was a fun night.
All right, cool.
Yeah, it was very interesting. I hadn't gone back since, but I'm sure if you go, you'll encounter that type of activity. And some of that stuff other people have reported, and so yeah, definitely something going off the coast of Malibu there, I think. Uh let's see. There was also actually today, speaking of sky watching sightings, activity, right outside the shop, you know, there's quite a bit that happens outside of there, and as of late, like I said, it's really slowed down. I feel like the last 2 years was really active. There was a lot of activity going on in the skies, weird stuff. Um, and so today, we had this happen. Yeah, rewind that. Of course, it took me a minute. I spotted it. I'm like, oh, where's that?
Let's see. Where are you at? I see you. This isn't easy. Here you are. Thank you. got an object here. And we just got through doing a live stream. And we're getting ready to go live again. This is exciting. Alright, I'm going to be as still as possible so I won't talk much. Tilt the camera up a bit. Center it. The object seems to be hovering, but it is moving a little bit, so pretty much in one, when you look at it, it seems to be in one place. Whoa. Wonder how close that really was. I think that bird could have been a lot closer to me. This object is pretty far out. Only see one so far. Don't really see any tether to it. You'll hear me describe, in my videos. There's lots of these videos like this, like something went by there. Seen something on the screen. There again, I seen some little black object. I don't know, it could have been a bird. A bird did go by earlier, but there was at the top left, I seen a little blip, black blip also. But these are things that I see on the screen, and sometimes later when I go back to check it out, it's not there. And other times those things are there, and a lot of times I won't describe it, and when I go back and check out the replays, there's all types of different anomalies there that I don't point out, but sometimes I do.
What's up, AA Ron?
All right, I'm gonna zoom out. Sorry about that shakiness there. Let's do a smooth zoom out.
I'm not
Try
sure
that
where it
again.
came out of. These just
It's
pop up out
hard.
of the sky.
Trying to be as steady as possible, and sometimes I'm in weird positions, but slowly zoom out there. This will give you an idea. Boom, where I'm at, where I'm pointing at. So I'm inside of the truck right here. And that's just hovering somewhere up there. So sighting today, we had the other day, 2 nights ago, and I've seen red objects around before. There's one where I missed the video but got a picture. The other 2 nights ago, there's a red orb-like object just pulsating around here, hovering around and moving around. Got video of that.
Showed that video
The
the other
video
time.
was pretty faint because it was a smoky night, and just all types of other stuff that's happened around here. So those videos, you can check them on out. Some of them, I mean, you might find boring. There's stuff in them for sure. So that's today. Give you a time, 1:37. And we'll be sharing this in the live.
Haha, muted. Got it. Thank you, love. Um, yeah, so that was this morning or today, earlier today. Uh, what I say, 1:30 something? I think I put a timestamp on that. But yeah, still stuff going on around the shop. I did see a military chopper the other morning, like maybe 2 mornings ago, go by there, but I haven't noticed them. You know, they would frequent the shop a lot, but I haven't noticed that they haven't been around as much lately. But one did buzz it by. Yeah, we talking soda pops in the chat. I see you. Anyone ever mess with Jolt? Remember Jolt? So yeah, interesting sighting there. And what was that gonna lead us to? So that basically the shop is not too far from the coast, so those things could be coming from the water. Are they the same things from the Malibu thing? I don't know. I wonder. Um, Seems like some of them are the same shape in a way. Uh, yeah, I don't know. Kind of weird, I think. And so I've been paying attention to those. Been paying attention to those, and I think for me, it's a lot more alarming than the whole drone thing, which if anyone hasn't been up on the drone thing, which there is, you know, I've spoken to people at the shop, and there's people that have no idea that all that has been going on. Um, and so there might be some people, you know, that still don't don't really know what is going on with all that. And so, in case anyone here uh hasn't seen, here, let me take myself out of that. You could see some articles there on the whole drone thing. And we shared some drone footage that I've gotten. I had gotten drones outside of the shop. Could they be civilian? Most likely. But there were several drones that I did question too that were doing weird things that I felt people are describing now. Like one of them was the morphing and stuff like that. There was some drone footage that I've gotten that yeah, I felt like were these things even real drones? Uh the people have there's certain people that I've spoke to. You could see in certain videos I've interviewed them. There's been people there while I'm recording. You get to hear their opinions, and everyone, yeah, finds it pretty weird. So there's been several people that have been put on to game because they see me out there doing my thing, and yeah, they ask me about it. Oh, have I seen anything lately, or what's going on? Some people have actually subscribed to the channel, so I appreciate that. Shout out to them if they're watching. Um, yeah, what's up? Yeah, he posted. Did he? Yeah, he posted something. I haven't checked out his latest post. Uh, let's see here. I'm not sure. What did he ask? Wool Riders DG. I'm not sure if it's pertaining to the topic right now. But yeah, that's some of the drone stuff there. And it's still going on, but it's not being like pumped up as much. Although I hear even from a buddy in New Jersey, Diesel, that it seems to have like calmed down a bit, but I think there's still sightings going on. And speaking of drones, it's been an issue out here over in the Palisades. They say a drone hit one of those super scoopers, and they actually found the drone. So yeah, they're telling people not to be flying them. I'm sure people are flying them, you know, to get footage or, you know, for whatever reason. But at the same time, could some of these drone sightings also be these other ones that are more anomalous? Which brings me to, let's see here. some footage that has been going around. We shared this one the other night as well. Let's see. We're gonna have to pull it up right quick. Let me delete one of these videos here. That'll give us space to load a video up.
Zips across the screen out of range. I don't know what we all just witnessed. I wasn't the only one that saw it. There are many other people online that have screen recorded this. It is.
So did y'all catch this one? So this one's out of the Eaton fire, they're saying. And it was live on Fox. We'll run it again in case some of you missed it. Did any of you catch this object going by? Could it be? And it seems to shoot. I think back here is going to be hills or mountains. It seems to come from. And then Magneticus here, always the reasonable mind, says it looks like a meteorite. So the thing is, and then, of course, things are burning. So the Wu Reezy the other night mentioned it could have, we were like, oh yeah, it could have been like even a propane tank of some sort or something turned into a projectile, maybe because of the fire. Yeah, you heard about that. Yeah, too fast for a drone. Well, they say some of these drones are going super fast that not even our normal drones could chase them, and that they're disappearing and just very strange anomalies with some of these drones that they're reporting. Here we got a link. Let's see, where's that link at? Yeah, well, that too, the fireworks. And speaking of fireworks, let's see. So we got I'll need you all to run it again one more time. So we got all this fire stuff going on, and okay, hear some sirens going off now. Let's see, remove this. And while we're on the topic of fireworks, the dude, the cyber trucker dude, was interesting. He had fireworks in his vehicle when he blew up there. And then fireworks have been an issue out here. Last year they pop them all the time, all year long, and some of them are like mega works. It's like, whoa, is there an event going on? And it's just some random person out there lighting stuff up. And there was one a few months ago that made the news. Someone went in the middle of downtown and lit up a bunch of fireworks, and it lasted over a half hour. People were getting footage. It was like past 10 o'clock at night, and it made the news. And after, we were getting reports of like explosions. Some of them sound like explosions too, but we've been getting these reports of explosions. Um, and they don't think it's fireworks. So, and that has made news as well. Which brings me to a video I want to pull up right quick. So this will take a little bit just to load up. Luckily, it's right here. And so you got all this fire stuff going on, and we talked about, they say arsons. People. There's one guy who's been arrested for arson, and he was supposedly riding around on a bike with a blowtorch and was trying to light stuff up in a particular area where I believe some fires did start. And the neighborhood, the community there, apprehended the dude. They say they zip tied him, and dude got arrested, but I don't know if he's been fully charged. They say he was acting strange. Uh, and then there's been other footage going around. Most of it I seen on Instagram, and who knows if it's real or not? Because people could post a video of people starting a fire, but it doesn't mean that it happened that day, right? So anyway, this is last night from the house. So some idiots are out there still doing this while there's all these fires going on. Big time SMH. I thought that deserved a definite and a boo. I got a TikTok sent to me also of some guy out here in LA, and let's see, let's remove this. Where are we at? Some dude in LA did a TikTok, and he was like, if you see anyone around lighting a fire, beat their ass. And yeah, and so our nephew had given us a report of, some lady started a fire in the Boyle Heights area. And yeah, I totally, I'm with it. I'm with it, and this is, I think, it wouldn't surprise me if people are being activated, copycats and all that stuff. Right on, man. Cheers, Magneticus. Hopefully, I'm not boring you, bro. I feel a little bit of pressure when you're here. I should actually have you jump on here with me. um. So yeah, that was, I think, super stupid. And yeah, so that type of stuff's been going. I wonder how many times that's caused damage and fires and stuff. Not cool. And also, let's see here. There was, I think I could do that from here. Let's see. I'm gonna add something to the stage here. That's our disclaimer. That's the night the blackout at 7-Eleven. So yeah, this is another thing. I think Blazer, if I'm not mistaken, it was Blazer who sent me a message earlier. And it was this dude. I don't know who this dude is, but he must own gas stations because he was talking about buying large amounts of gas. And he was mentioning something about some sort of gas line that goes from Nevada to California that's being either shut off or it's been shut off or something like that. And he was saying that to get your gas now, because gas prices are going to shoot up. And I could imagine that. Um, yeah. What do y'all think about that? And we already have killer gas prices. It's And Blazer here is saying that Vegas has a shortage now. Yeah. So maybe a little heads up for peeps out here. The guy was mentioning, I guess he might have to resource to Oklahoma, or I forget what other state he mentioned. And yeah, no, thank you for sharing that. And I went ahead and shared that out too with my fam and peeps. And so yeah, this night I got lucky. We were having outage issues. We were out of power for over a day, I think it was. And this particular night I was coming home from work, stopped at 7-Eleven, was able to get my little snacks and was getting some gas. And as soon as I finished pumping gas, the place went totally black. So yeah, Michigan is the other place who was thinking of resourcing gas from. So oof. Yeah, hopefully not. Um yeah, that's another thing is to be, everyone's they're warning everyone to be prepared, and that's always been a thing out here in Cali with the quakes and everything, they always recommend to have a bug out bag and stuff like that. And I basically have my camping stuff and my just my gear for, whatever investigating and stuff, which is stuff that, could come in handy. I'm talking flashlights, even the thermals and the night vision could come in handy. The battery banks, um, different things. So I have that, but as far as like funds and to be able to go out and get extra supply, I don't really even. I'm not prepared like that. Yeah, it's crazy, but I have faith in the Almighty, and I do believe things will get better. Things are good, you know, even though there's a whole lot going on, and yeah, staying optimistic and positive for sure. Uh, yeah, so yeah, I wish I could go out and get stuff, and the family, as a family, I think yeah, we should be more prepared. Definitely be more on top of that, and I feel like a lot of us definitely aren't out here in Cali, but there's people that are. Let's see. This was also some of the city fires going on the other night while everything was going on. There was fires happening within the city. We kind of looked at that. My nephew sent me that. Some more city stuff. We've seen that. So this was another thing that actually went live when this happened. And this is another thing that was a red flag to me because this could this could have caused a whole lot of madness, extra madness out here. Yeah, so we got this emergency alert, and I believe it was like most of the people in the county, and it was an alert saying to evacuate. You could hopefully read some of it there. It kind of cuts off, but I think, and then they later sent another emergency alert, saying that that was a false alarm. And so imagine if people would have reacted to this false emergency alert. Um, yeah, there isn't yet. I actually have some minor notes over there. But yeah, they're still investigating the cause of these fires. There's a lot of stuff being talked about. Obviously, you guys have been hearing some of the stuff, and it's just been so much stuff that I could only touch on little things here and there. I haven't, done any deep dives, but some of the stuff I'm hearing is from some interesting sources, and what they're saying, uh, you know, I'm not dismissing for sure. I'm listening and looking into stuff as much as I can. Um, Dragon egg door bags, I heard. Yeah, and it's interesting you bring up the dragon thing because I hear even Donut got into it, or Donut Factory on YouTube. There was some rituals, I guess you could call them, happening. One was out in, I believe it was China, and it was showing a big old dragon. And I think this might have been a drone show. Uh, and it was a dragon going inside of a UFO. And Donut was kind of breaking that down, symbolically, the symbolism in that. And yeah, so the dragon theme and yeah, dragons, they did breathe fire, right? So yeah, I think man, glad this emergency alert didn't really cause a lot of disruption. And then let's see what else here. All right, so we're gonna skip that one. We're gonna go back to that clip there. So we showed that UFO clip that was live on Fox a little bit ago. And then Garrel over at Midwest Night Watchers, and salute to him and thank you for sharing this. Hit me up earlier today and was like, "Hey, there's it seems like there's a few other videos popping out from the fires with some anomalies." Greetings, Karen. And I was like, "No way, dude!" And yeah, and we are in the days of AI, so we got to keep that in mind, right? But I took some screenshots of the videos, and the videos are pretty. I mean, very similar to the clip that we seen earlier. And in this picture here, this screenshot, you could see this object. I don't know if you see the arrow there, but can you guys make out the little disc? Seems like a saucer shape there. And that darts by just like the previous object. I just don't think it left as much of a trail. But keep in mind that other object seemed to be at nighttime. But it zips by what seems to be one of the fires here, and I don't know what news station that is, but you can see that they're live. So it seems to me to be pretty legit. Um, and so there was a second one here. Let's see, we got a link here. Thank you, Blazer. And those two pointy sticks you're holding there are going into use, man. Blast away with those links, bro. Appreciate it. Philip, greetings. I can't circle it. I'm learning how to do this, man. And apparently I can't even get my arrow onto the. Let's see. Let me try this right quick. Oh no, it's a video, so yeah. Anyway, I'm sure I don't know if you're a TikToker there, Philip Blair, or possibly the link over that Blazer shared there might link you to something. I don't know if Gerald shared out maybe a video of these or maybe some timestamps. But yeah, maybe those links there could take you to some of these videos. But that's a second one. And then Gerald, right after, hits me up again and he says, "Hey, there's another one." And I forget what fire that was, but right here is another one. And this one, I'm not sure if it's the same clip that I played, but I don't think so. And so it seems to be like a second possible object. And I think this one is out of the Eaton fire as well. What's up, Bomber La Bomba is in the house. Kaboom. Oh, we got Cheese hanging out still, y'all. You've been lurking. Or have I been missing your comments? But Chi might be able to guide us a little more, maybe to some of these videos. I don't know if there's links that we could share, but definitely I thank Chi and Garrel for sharing this with me. And I did ask Gerald permission earlier tonight. I actually asked him to jump on with me, but I think he was a bit tired, which is all good because I didn't want to have to drag him through all this. I told him I didn't have any plan. I wasn't trying to, connect any dots. This is kind of going to be all over the place, but hopefully it's interesting. It just seems to be that there's where these fires are going on, there's some of this UFO and ET activity. And so after that, there's, so I don't know if this is a third sighting, but it seems to be a third clip. And it's also of a similar object that zooms by the screen. And there's a few anomalies that also pop up. You got this, that on the top right under the dude there, that's at the top screen. You'll notice a purple like blotch there. And they point that out as an anomaly. And after that purple one, this blue one pops up. And then I think after that is when the object may appear, and I didn't get that. But here we'll just check those out again. There's that blue, that purple, and then this blue anomaly. And yeah, I don't know, a little weird. I thought so. Raycar didn't look like ET activity to me. Looks like a rocket. T-bone. First one is wild, yeah. And you gotta, like I said, these are just screenshots. You gotta check this out for yourself. And I apologize for not having the links to this. Like I said, it was stuff that was shared to me, and just so I wouldn't get in trouble, I didn't play the full videos. But it's something for you guys to dig into if you're into this stuff. Maybe you could come back with some information and share with us all here. See if my camera's still following me. Give me a second. Yeah, I gotta activate my camera again here. There we go. And let's take this off. I don't know. Could we be having, that's 4 possible videos with some sort of UFO anomaly. And when I say UFO, I don't mean ET exactly. They're just unidentified flying objects, right? But could they be ET? I've always heard that, ETs or UFOs tend to show up when there's big disasters, major events. Could that be what's happening here? What up, Fap? Need to invite accepted on Instagram, Dorf. Lots of these videos. All right. Yeah, dude, I gotta follow you on Instagram. Feel free to share your Instagram here too, man, if you want. If you guys are on other platforms and I'm not following you there, hey, post a link here so I could, or drop it on the channel, on the message, on a video, on a post or whatever. Let me know, because I love to support you guys as well. And I recently got a Twitch account, so hit me up there, and all my links are on my channel. I recently went and posted a bunch of links to different platforms that I'm on, and the only one, TikTok is the main one that I guess, other than here, that I'm mostly active, but I'm gonna be more active on all of them, and hopefully like clean up my Instagram and all that good stuff. And need to clean the YouTube too. 1942, yes, Philip Blair. That also came to mind. we've had that incident, and that I believe happened right on the coast as well. Did that happen in San Pedro? I think it was. Right on, bomber. Yeah, check it out. Let's see if I could hopefully this won't deactivate the AI sensor on the web, but there's a Sasquatch behind me too. Where you at? There he is. The flying horses. No, I don't. I lovey love. Oh yeah, he used to own a DeLorean. Right on, Blazer. Yeah, you could hear the festivities still going on. And it sounds like I don't know if my nephew's got his friends over again tonight. Sure sounds like it. So, all right. Eaton fire, strange objects. So the Eaton fire is very much near, and we showed what did we show about it? Let's see. We didn't show anything there yet, but we have some footage. We talked about Mount Wilson. Uh let's see. We have all right. NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory closed due to wildfires. So it got close to there. That once again shows you how near the NASA JPL facility is to uh, this Eaton fire. And there's a few other articles here, view. Hopefully you can see. If not,
Zoom. Don't forget, you could zoom. You could zoom 8 times.
and let's see. Trying to read some of them. I'm going to move the mic slightly over this way. All right. Says, let's see. NASA lab and historic observatory narrowly escape LA fire damage. Jet Propulsion Laboratory evacuated due to LA wildfire. So it looks like they got evacuated there. And another interesting landmark that escaped the fire as well. We were talking about the tower, the radio towers earlier. Was the Getty Museum, which is very near the Palisades, if not in the Palisades. And that's an interesting place. You know, they got a lot of interesting things in there, art and other stuff. I've never been myself, I don't think. And if I have, it's been a long time. But yeah, there's some interesting talks about the Getty, and it gets dark. And I'll just say, once again, it's stuff that I've just heard and seen online and have been told about. And they say that something's going on under there. So I'll leave it at that. Which kind of connects to a whole other thing that's been going on there nearby with famous people. And it gets a little weird. And people have been talking about that as well as yeah, could some of these fires have anything to do with that? I don't know. It's interesting also the areas that these fires are happening. You know, the very wealthy areas. And actually up in Altadena, Pasadena, they're it's an interesting mix of people in that area, and one of them is being melanated people that have been there for a long time. And I know some of those people have been affected as well. So I wonder how bad that is. Prayers out to them. And yeah, I don't yeah, very weird. But like I said, it's interesting that these structures or these facilities uh, are dodging the fire. And they say the Getty, they take extra measures in case of floods, quote unquote, floods and fires and stuff like that. So they were well prepared. Uh, so not far from NASA. So NASA JPL, there's a whole thing, and people have done stuff on this, and I've been wanting to check out. I've been talking about it for a long time. There's the whole thing with who started JPL, Jack Parsons, and then there's a whole Babylon workings. Uh, Aleister Crowley's name comes up, L. Ron Hubbard, and I'm sure you've heard of old L. Ron. We've been, touching on some of the Scientology stuff out here, checking out their buildings. I feel it seems like they seem to like old world buildings, and that really interests me. Let's see here. We were gonna check out talking about NASA JPL. So there's a whole thing there, a lot of occult stuff. Even the death of Jack Parsons was very interesting. Um, we're gonna pull something else up here. All right, so that's a little bit of what we were discussing right now. The Babylon workings was a series of magical rituals performed in 1946 by L. Ron Hubbard and Jack Parsons. The goal of the ritual was to manifest the Thelemic goddess Babylon as a human. And yeah, the Devil's Gate Dam comes up, and also the parsonage, Jack Parsons' old mansion, and several other interesting characters uh, during that whole time, and just yeah, the stuff they were getting into, the people that were there, and there's Warner von Braun also tied to NASA and some other things. Um, yeah, just a whole rabbit hole there, and that's all going, going on in Pasadena back in the day. And hopefully soon we will get to that stuff. Now with everything going on, I know it'll make it a little more challenging. Um yeah, so that brings me to, let's see, while we're in this area of the Eaton fire, which has spread to the Mount Wilson area, and we had done an exploration at Mount Wilson, went checked out the um observatory and the museum there. But of course, up in that area, I just always, have to look up because I just feel that there's something about mountains and these objects as well. And these objects are everywhere, I feel, for the most part. But there is hot spots. I do believe that. And yeah, this is what happened that day up at Mount Wilson.
Wilson, Southern California. Is it gone? We'll wait a little second and see. Been doing some sky watching here. Not much has been going on. Finally, that happened. Pan out here in a second, give you an idea where I'm at. Here are the observatory towers there. There's some other facilities over there also. I'm not too sure on what exactly is over there. I didn't check it out yet. This is open lot here. Just hanging out under the tree here. The shade's pretty hot. It's about to be 3 o'clock. Look how horrible the air quality is. You can barely see out downtown. Here's downtown there. The ocean. Like a plane there.
JM,
Pretty much above
J12.
most of that stuff. I think elevation here is about a little above 3,000. Kind of these clouds coming through. That's what got my attention right now. Then I looked up and noticed that one of those orb objects. So pretty cool. Got a little something so far. Keep an eye out for anything else. And yeah, it's a nice cool day here. Oops, had you all zoomed in. Some more towers there. Give you a view of some of the terrain here. We do have some trees.
So I could only imagine how much of that has burnt.
Some more of these towers right over here. I'm probably gonna go check that out. I noticed like some graffiti and stuff over there. I don't think it's abandoned, but got my interest for sure. Bring y'all along.
No bomber actually drove up there. Yeah, you could drive up there, but I did hike around the observatory, and those videos are posted. Where you at, camera? You're supposed to follow me. Yeah, so there's the full tour on there on the channel, and it was fun. I was actually looking for any Bigfoot type activity, but we got that little orb activity. Several more had popped up, and I'm sure, yeah, if you look up maybe Brown Dwarf, Mount Wilson, some stuff should pop up. Those videos should pop up. But see, some of those towers can cook you with radiation. How would you like it? Well done there, Magnetico. Atracto. Looks like a gorgeous place to explore, except that smoke. Well, that wasn't smoke. This is a completely other day. This is a long time ago before the fires. That was all smog and pollution. Oh, there you go, T-Bone. Drop it, Van Gold. like it's hot. It's a hot topic tonight. Uh just read the warning sign on the fence line. Oh, all right. Yeah, that'd be smart to read that, right? All right. So let's see. While we are Mount Wilson, there's another little clip I want to show, but this is another area. So the other night we showed a hike on the live. Greetings, feisty kitty. Our hike that we did, my sister and I, um, into the Eaton Canyon, and this is, you know, I imagine where the fire started somewhere in that area there. Hence the name, right? And then now we're showing a little off to the right of Eaton Canyon, which the fire spread to this area here where we just watched, which is Mount Wilson. And in between Mount Wilson is another area. There's Echo Canyon and a few other spots in between there. And since I've been back, I've been frequenting these mountains, um, doing my thing. And this is another little clip here of another area, which I would imagine possibly got burned because this is in between Eaton Canyon and Mount Wilson. Just kind of gives you an idea of the terrain there. Of course, the video was already playing. That's Bro and I. And brother does a lot of hiking.
Palm trees in there still.
A lot of different spots in SoCal. I was tripping on those palm trees. I was like, oh, what are you palm trees doing way back here? There's not many trees, but a lot of, shorter brush. And this was a really rocky area, but there's other areas where there's just a lot of brush, a lot of stuff to burn. And there is some forested areas, with a lot of trees and stuff like that. But they're in certain sections. All right, little sneak peek of the area there. And let's see what else I have here ready to go. As far as videos, we might have gone through most of them. So keeping this in mind, base off Malibu and NASA JPL, and then people are comparing some of these fires to like the Maui situation, and then Paradise comes up, Paradise, California. And if you all remember that fire, which was I think it might have been one of the worst ones. It's definitely on the top, but they say now the Palisades ones is the top, I think, worst fire in the state history. And I don't know how they're comparing that, what they're comparing that to, or how that works. But Paradise, I think it was like 80 something people that were lost there. And yeah, one thing that was brought to my attention was that there was allegedly, uh, a race of ETs that were living in Paradise when that happened, and that they got taken out. Has anyone ever heard of that? Um, and actually, when the Paradise situation happened, I happened to be somewhat in the area. Our son decided to go to Chico, move to Chico to go to school, Chico, California, and and that's right next to Paradise. And so when all that happened, um, we had moved there, and in those days, I think it was just right after that had happened. There was still like smoke in the area, and I'm sure there was maybe other fires going on too, maybe in different counties. But I just remember that was a big thing, and it had just happened. And so I wanted to check out the area. And so we did. We drove around some neighborhoods and got to see some of the devastating destruction there. And I believe there should be videos of that. I know we stopped. There's this area there. I forget the name of it, but it's this lookout area um where you could check out these like they're mesas. They look like mesas, and it's a beautiful, beautiful spot. And I believe it's Butte County. Um, and actually, there's a fence to hold you from prevent you from falling over. And on that fence, they actually put a bunch of locks. And I don't know if you've seen that done before. They actually do that over at Suicide Bridge here in Pasadena. And I guess it's the locks mean something. Um, Cassie might know of where I'm talking about. And yeah, so it was interesting to see the area firsthand. And yeah, so when I heard about this supposed ET race there, I was like, whoa, it was kind of blown away, a little hard to believe. And so I had to look into it myself. And it's hard to actually find anything on it, but there is something on YouTube that I found because I had heard firsthand. I mean, not firsthand, through a friend, uh, about this, and he kind of like was telling me to keep it low key. Like I was like, all right, well, but then I heard from other sources and found something myself. Let's see. Oh, it's back over here. Add this, and it's gonna be right about here. So if anyone's interested in looking into that, there's this here, but good luck trying to actually find it because I think I don't know, maybe they got this video really hidden. Um and I haven't fully gone through it, but it was a little something and about the only thing that I really found on it. What's up, Michael? Good to see you, bud. Hope you're well. And we're doing okay out here for now. There we go. Butte Creek Watershed Overlook. Is that that's probably you're probably right there, Philip. And so yeah, it says here extraterrestrial community attacked in Paradise, California. So any of my Cali peeps or anyone else out there know anything more about this? Has anyone heard of it? Where's the Jeopardy music? And so again, this made me think, whoa, all right, like, all right, we got these different fire situations, and they all seem to have some sort of UFO and ET connections thus far in my head. Um, And yeah, this one happened in 2018, I believe it was. Let me see if I have anything else on Paradise. And the bands are still rocking live outside. So if you hear any live music, I actually have live bands outside playing. And in different areas, there seems to be a couple functions going on. Let's see, California. All right. Okay. This is a new scientist, and it says ferocious California fires kill off aliens. So that was another little something I found on it. And we got Blazer with the Jeopardy music link. Thank you, sir. But yeah, Google knows, huh? Google it.
Google it.
All right. So another little article there on that. So for anyone interested in looking into this more, I'd like to hear your feedback on this. You know, you guys dive into this and give me your feedback. Oh, here goes Magneticus with the numbers. And you know, Paradise, let's see, from Paradise, and it's a trip. It, does anyone know what Palisades means? Because to most, I mean, at least to me, Palisades, Pacific Palisades, I think, you know, it's a paradise, or it was, right? But I wonder what Palisades means. Wonder if it has anything to do with all right, palace. All right. Thank you. And then there's a cool Instagrammer who goes by, what's his name? Improbable Dreamer, I think it is. And he gets into the old world and all that and has very interesting posts. And he had posted some comparison pictures from Maui, Paradise, and Palisades. And it all looked very much very similar if those pictures were real. And it just looks how would you describe, like, yeah, we read an article yesterday, I think it was, or the day before, and it said that it was describing the fire like a bomb went off. And that's what it looked like. And you know, there's the whole rabbit hole about the Maui situation. And let's see, fence wooden stakes on iron railings fixed in the ground, forming an enclosure or defense. Huh. Trippy. Thank you, Blazer. Um, and so this comparison picture was very interesting. And so I was like, all right, well, is there anything in Maui that could be kind of similar to these two recent or three recent fires we talked about right now, which to me seem to have some sort of UFO or ET stuff going on nearby. Uh yeah, Maui. And then so I've been to Big Island before and Oahu, and Big Island, I definitely got vibes, had some weird stuff happen to me. Don't remember off the bat if I ever saw anything out there in the skies, but I have heard of stuff and let's see, where do we go here? Just go to screen share. I didn't find anything like really alarming, but let's see. Boom, there was this. I was like, well, is there any Maui UFO connections? And this popped up and it says there are a few connections between Maui and aliens and between and aliens and UFOs, yes, including UFO sighting report in the Air Force Base and a conspiracy theory about space lasers. And then there's a few other things. Let's see, UFO sighting report. There's the space laser conspiracy theory, and then some sort of podcast there. And they also do some sort of tours, some UFO uh, like parasailing tours I've seen. I don't know, but I know there's been activity on other islands. Um Magneticus is Ray Gun Star Wars. Yeah, I don't know. Anyone got any firsthand stuff out of Maui? And Philip Blair says Maui Wowie. I say ay ay ay. And then Lovey Dove. WO reading with anything current about the SoCal and Hawaii fires. Just checking out some of the comments here. G13 Girl Scout cookies. Oh yeah, we're talking other things here. Pakalolo, brada. Aloha to all my islanders out there. Man, these guys got the TV on loud upstairs now. They have no idea I'm on live streaming. I bet if I were to go upstairs and be like, hey, I'm live streaming, everyone would be like, oh, shit, turn it down. But it's all right. It's all good. This is how we're rolling for now. We're downstairs in mom's not basement. Magneticus. Yes. So hopefully we'll get some feedback on some of these places we talked about tonight. And like I said, it was just a little peek inside my head with everything going on and some of the stuff we're experiencing, witnessing, hearing. I think it's a pretty interesting and strange. And so I wanted to get this out there tonight. And hopefully you all enjoyed and learned a little something. I always learn from all of you and always appreciate you all. Yeah, we are at 2 hours here. Wow. That went by pretty quick. Once again, Aunt Edna, welcome. Seems to Aunt Edna, they did the same thing to the rainforest 50 some years ago. However, it is fire season. A flick cigarette out of a car window can cause this devastation. Yeah. So when is the actual fire season for Southern California? Because to me, it doesn't seem like fire season would be now. I would think summer. And to me, that's maybe even a silly question. I should know, right? But honestly, I'm confused. I thought, yeah, during the summers when we worry about fires, and I know they could happen later in the season, but yeah, I find it a little odd that these fires are happening now. And then there was also talks of the water situation here in Southern California. We were in drought. California, period, was in drought for many years, and I thought it was last year, year before last, that they said SoCal was finally like out of a drought. We had gotten enough rain, and you know, they said we were pretty much out of the drought zone. And I remember hearing that, if it's not a Mandela effect. Um, and yeah, there was, I'm seeing reports of newscasters interviewing firefighters, LA firefighters, and these guys are saying that, some of the in the Palisades area, and I don't know if everywhere else as well, but that some of the hydrants were at low pressure, some of the hydrants didn't have anything. Um, Very odd. Palisades also had this reservoir that was completely empty. So that is a bummer. And there's also been the talks of private firefighters that are coming, that people are hiring to come fight their property, and they come with their own, uh, what do they call them? Water buffaloes. And I forget how many gallons those things hold. And they have their own water, bring in their own water, and they only work on the property that they're hired to work on. And so there's been this weird, almost like a division. Uh, and I know those are two separate entities, but yeah, they've been interviewing both sides, and they've both been kind of like, yeah, we're kind of, checking each other out. Some guys haven't even noticed them, but yeah. And then there's also talks of imposter firefighters going around and looting. So we have that happening, which doesn't surprise me here in Los Angeles. There's always, people would take advantage of stuff like that. And there is going to be that stuff happening, and there is talks of it already. And I can only imagine after as well. There's been several arrests. I think there was like 19 arrests or something like that, some high number. Um, for, I think a lot of them were possible looters and people getting busted for curfew. Um, And then also we mentioned the possible arsonist earlier. Um, One second here. Hopefully camera doesn't. I am grabbing some notes. So we're doing a little bit of cheating. Everything's been freestyling, y'all, how I like to do it. And I think we've been flowing pretty good tonight. Let's see. Zosia 48, 2028. The area was proposed for smart city and preparing for infrastructure for the 2028 Olympics. Yes, I've been hearing about that as well. We all seen what happened in Brazil during the Olympics. Um, yeah, we touched on the gas prices maybe going up here soon. The winds, yeah, we touched on that. Red flag warnings till Wednesday, so be prepared, folks. A heads up there. Um, Yeah, fire cause and under investigation. We touched on that. Kaiju, I believe, asked about that, or someone did. Boom. Just like Hawaii, they cut off the water, huh? Yeah, and I did hear that they were using ocean water, which, I was like, yeah, isn't the ocean right there? Can't they? So I heard some of that was going on, but what was some other, trying to think if I jotted down. So I hear the fatality Eaton fire is up to 8. Um yeah, they're warning people also about price gouging. You know, prices on goods are possibly going to be going up. I haven't noticed anything in our area, but I would imagine around or in the affected areas that type of stuff will be and probably is going on. And then magnetic is here with some numbers and when you look into the Olympics, once again it'll lead you to certain things, certain groups, just like NASA, and I'm sure you could think of a few other things that may be related to some of these groups. Let's see. Oh yeah, there was also they say a body was found up in the I think Eaton Canyon area, somewhere up in the foothills here or in the mountains, possibly. I'm not sure exactly where, but over in the Eaton Fire area, and they were reporting that they had found some skeletal remains, possibly a body, and that homicide investigators and authorities were there investigating actual a crime within a possible crime within fire area. So seems like something else is going on there because why would they yeah, for entertainment purposes only and educational. We could pop up a disclaimer again if need be. um there we are. Yeah, why would they must have noticed something odd in that case there for the investigators to go out like that, I think. So it could be that maybe, and they said it was in some rubble, from what I heard. So could that be uh something that happened previously, something that happened during or before the fire, immediately before? Or, could it have been something that, yeah, happened a long time ago and they discovered? I don't know, but I will keep you all updated with that for sure. Um, Another quick glance at these notes here. Yeah, so Maui once again was yeah, a lot of locals got displaced there, and which is obviously happening out here as well. They said I think over 100,000 people have been displaced already. Um, Out near the Palisades, they have a facility there that still has. I guess they had announced on social media that one of the facilities there that were taking in people were closed, but they announced that that was false and that they are open. They're about 70% capacity and they're still letting people in there. So anyone in that area looking for a place, check it out. I forget what it was, but it's one of the main places there nearby. I think it's a government facility. See, 11% contained, and that's on what the is that the Paradise? I mean Palisades. Oh, we know it's fat. I'm not paying attention to his conversation. Sorry about that. Sure, it's interesting. Yeah, just a whole lot of questions. Hopefully we could put up, there we go, a link, fire updates right on. Latchkey hustles. And I could do that. Let me tap in with you guys. I should have been posting some links with you all here too. Forget I could do that. Boom. We are. But yeah, if we could put latch keys. Whoops, I'm hearing myself. Might get an echo there. Yeah, and the link to his GoFundMe, it should be on his description of his video. I shared it out in my community page on the live stream earlier. Um, and yeah, it was very unfortunate what happened to his mom. And so prayers again out to Latchkey, everyone else out there. We're gonna get that. I don't know if I didn't check to see. I don't know if my brother's maybe waiting on a few other things before we make that donation, but we do have that donation to make soon, so we'll probably be doing that tomorrow if he didn't do that tonight. And I think he'll probably need my truck to help transport that. But yeah, we're donating some clothes from the shop on behalf of Sky's the Limit, NorCal, Southern Oregon, Bigfoot Project, Sky's the Limit, Skywatch Squad, um, Sky's the Limit, Smoke Shop. And yeah, I want to appreciate everyone hanging out. And let's see another comment here by Socia48. And you guys could check that out there. Mike, haven't heard anything about FEMA in the media. Yeah, I have not heard anything about that either. Right? How about that? Um yeah, weird stuff. So I won't hold you up any longer. This was super fun. I'm glad it all worked out. I'm glad we got it out there. And as usual, we're all over the place. Cheers, Hillbilly Herb. You all get some rest. Don't stop believing. Yeah. We'll be tapping in again, I'm sure, tomorrow. God willing. Sending you all good vibes as well. You all take care of each other, and yeah, stay tuned, man. We're gonna be continuing to do our thing here. Let's see if we could load up some tracks here. All right, we'll rewind since the intro. We're still having little troubles with the intro drops. But shout out to Carl Casey for producing this track and making it copyright free so we could all listen to it. And yeah, any final words or messages that I didn't, you know, tap into, let me know. Drop me the message on a video or anywhere, and we'll get that answered. I appreciate your messages again, even though I haven't responded to some of them. I am reading them, and yeah, you all have a blessed night.
One love, y'all.